Epinephrine is sort of your big gun mixed inotrope and vasopressor. It has direct alpha-1 and strong beta activity. So this will increase systemic vascular resistance, and this effect is dose dependent. At lower dose infusions, you'll have slightly less systemic vascular resistance. This will definitely increase your heart rate because of its strong beta agonism, and it will help with your inotropy and chronotropy and dromotropy. There are a lot of applications of the use of epinephrine. This is an IM medication, subcutaneous, IV, inhalational, and can even be given intrathecally to increase the duration of a spinal anesthetic. You use this for anaphylaxis. Your EpiPen is 300 micrograms IM. You can use this for inotropic support in someone who has cardiogenic shock. So if you have maybe severe sepsis with myocardial dysfunction. There's a wide range of doses, but generally around 0.02 to 0.3 micrograms per kilogram per minute IV. This can be used for severe bronchospasm or asthma exacerbations. Of course, because of our bronchodilatory effects with the beta-2 activity. And this can be nebulized or even given IV for this indication. Can be used as an adjunct to local anesthetics. Primarily here you're vasoconstricting, therefore increasing the duration of your anesthetic. You'll have anesthetics that say something like with epi 1 to 200,000, which for that would equate to 5 micrograms per mil times however many mils that you're giving of your local anesthetic. And very importantly, this is our medication that we use in ACLS for cardiac arrest. The dose here is significantly higher, a full milligram IV, or 1,000 micrograms. Here, this is our last-ditch effort to basically maximize our preload and maximize our afterload in order to increase our myocardial and ideally our brain perfusion. So you're squeezing down on all your venous capacitance vessels as much as possible to try to squeeze any last bit of preload you have into your heart. And then you're also squeezing down on all of your arterial vessels to maximally increase your systemic vascular resistance, which then increases your diastolic blood pressure and should help with your myocardial perfusion, and then ideally also help perfuse your brain. Your chest compressions are going to be relatively poor at actually getting cardiac output, so you need to try to generate as much pressure as possible given the fact that you have a very low stroke volume or cardiac output. Of course, if you give this full milligram dose to someone who's awake with a normal blood pressure, you're very likely to cause some end organ damage from a hypertensive emergency. So that's something to be cautious about with epinephrine, is that you have variable dosing and potential for medication error. And it also increases your lactate, which is something to be aware of because you'll see your lactate rise with an epi infusion, and this is independent of whether or not you have tissue ischemia happening. So you sort of lose the ability to trend your lactate as a marker of tissue perfusion.